here I am in the Glass House, JD Weatherspoon, Norwich. And I've been to the toilet. It'd be rude not to have some apple juice or something to drink. Went for apple juice. Half a pint would do. And I've been banned from the waterfront, so I've had no real choice on to come here as an alternative. Yes, what I've learned is don't be abusive to security guards. I wish I got it on video so I had the full context of them annoying me, but anyway. Should buy a body camera. Like, if anyone wants to buy me a body camera, feel free to do so by means of the link in the description. £1 if you... But wait, it's with me. If you even pledge to donate after the fact, I'll buy some from my channel and you can pay me back afterwards. Anyway. Hello, how are you? I'm honestly not sure where to go for content. I'm not even going to bother going to protests and try and film police stare. Because someone told me at protests, protesters may not want you filming them or police. So I prefer, personally, just to film other things. Like this interesting pub this is 5 out of 5 for this epic apple juice. This okay pub environment. Only thing I could say is the signs for the loos could be a bit clearer. Like, I end up having to use disabled because I was bursting. But then again, we've got to go. You've got to go. I couldn't be bothered to go searching. Anyhow, I'm disabled, by the way, so I can use the disabled as I have autism and Crohn's disease. But try not to, because someone who's physically disabled, visibly disabled, may need it more than me, and prefer not to block them from it. Plus, some disabled loos are shit for going on because there isn't a lock on the door. Anyway, so it's bad. Use one I know there's a lock, but that digression aside, it's a wonderful drink. I'm not sure what I should do next. Like, part of me wants to just call my mum, go home. Another part of me says no, you can stay in Norwich a bit longer, but I'm not sure I want to just stay in just a pub. But I think I want to go somewhere better. For example, there's always the gay bars, it's called, the Loft. No, I will not. But I'm enjoying apple juice, and they may as well vlog on how I'm able to do, apart from when, you know what, I'm not even going to denounce anything related to stupid things. Anyway, I'm staying out of trouble, and that's all you need to do. Nice try, officer. I say speaking to the officer in my head. Yeah, I'm not saying anything in this channel I wouldn't say to the police, really. I know what they're like, some people have their words taken out of context, you support prosecution, like Louis Duxbury. Shout out to Crime Bodge, aka Rob Warner, for reporting on the case of Louis Duxbury. Fitted up on charges of racial and or religious hate because he made a rant about Muslim terrorists. FYI, the solution is don't condemn a specific sect of terrorists. Just say this, all terrorism is bad, terrorists are bad people and they can fuck off. That'll do. That way I'm bashing all terrorists. No one can prosecute me for that. I just said it on a live stream, so nice try, police, if you do think about me prosecuting. Whereas I'll go by saying you're not racist if you hate anyone. Anyway, howdy nobody. You have a funny name. What should I do though when it comes to content? Apart from Richard and Hood, I'm sure won't mind me vlogging myself at the siege on the 1st of May, because it'll be like a camp type protest, so at least vlog about what I'll be doing to help the movement. Are you drunk? Not by my definition, I only had one wine. By wine, didn't mean the whole 750ml bottle. I meant one just under 200ml bottle. I'm sure Richard and Huda will be happy with me filming a little at the camp. I can ask them that question. This is just literally apple juice. Also, there's a workshop in Cambridge soon, but still, I want to go anyway and attend the Palestine Action Court support at some point. I think I should go to the Highbury Corner trial. Does anyone want to buy me a ticket to that? Like, even pledge it and I'll buy the ticket and then you can donate will do. But yeah, drinking, not much then. Had one bottle of wine, not full size bottle, 200 bottle. Good question. No, I describe myself as a bit fat, so about 100 kilos, about 180 centimeters. I would just do the maths if I were you. But yeah, all I will say is terrorists are bad people. Fuck them when it comes to terrorism. Also, a lot of violent criminals. I'd say pretty much all violent criminals. Fuck them, they're bad people. With few exceptions. Like if it's just a consensual fight and it's not affecting the public, like if the police charge some people with a violent crime for a fight club where everyone's consenting, it's all a private area where I'm not being put in fear for my safety by being forced to not only witness but walk past people brawling, then fair enough in a behind closed doors fight club. But with most few exceptions, most violent criminals, fuck them. But yeah, now I've gotten that out of the way, I'm not sure what to film. All I can think of is film myself. Like, shout out to that anonymous security guard from whatever club it was. So I think it's now called Cans and Cocktails. Who I remember used to know someone called Jamie, the manager of the nightclub, would follow me down there asking him repeatedly, "What do you want? What do you want?" Shout out to Jamie. Like, I remember I did a video, just my lost tapes. Hopefully I'll find it one day. In which Jamie said, "Thank you for exposing me misbehaving because I realised I made a mistake as a result." Like, my friends in various places like Birmingham, so I say, "Yeah, Jamie, you're being a bit overzealous." He has, at the time, now she has a right to film in public. You know, you just need to avoid pursuing people who are filming your nightclub from a distance. He learned a lesson and said, "Thank you." Yeah, I'm having a good night. Like, I've just come out of I've just finished dealing with Dale. Like, I remember I went over to... He's now been housed. I haven't even been housed. Still stuck with my parents. So I can be a pain in the ass at times. At least my dad anyway. My mum, Yoppie, she's perfect to be around. My dad can be a pain in the ass here. I find it impossible to get housed. The annoying thing is, apart from on the council, the only way to get housed is to get a job to make money to pay the rent. And you can't get a job without the experience. You can't get experience without a job. So here's an Ask Me Anything topic for you. Here's an interesting conversation starter. How do I break the cycle of you can't get the job without the experience, you can't get the experience without the job? Also, another Ask Me Anything I'll have simultaneously and concurrently, i.e. concurrently, is do you have any questions about what is happening at UAV Tactical Systems Leicester 1st of May? All I will say about them is that some people in Palestine Action can be like, I'm like the Dutch, but I'll put it this way: don't have the decency to be reasonable and polite, and are quite rude and anal about their attitude. And I'm not naming names, not saying all people. I'm just saying some people in that movement can be. Don't take things way too seriously. My response to that is, oh come on! Like, if you had the decency to at least find out what my intentions are, or be polite, I would perhaps give you a polite response and fuck it, I'm gone. Like, it happened to me once at UAV Engines in Shenstone. But if you're going to be like that, I'm not going to hang around the camp if I'm going to get yelled at for a minor mistake. Like, I remember I told a joke on a video, like, shout out to Junaid. Junaid filmed me saying something silly, and then saying disregard that I suck cock. And for that, I got in the neck of one of the guys at the camp. Well, I was saying, Ms. Boggett, looks like John Lennon. I went back the next day, and got yelled at, and decided, oh, fuck it, I'm gone. And I went rather than argue with him. He just was there for the argument. But I will defend the movement by saying the movement's good anyway. Unlike the Dutch, I don't like to hold back on what I really think. Shout out to the Dutch, they have a very good way of saying things. Like with the Dutch, you don't have to read between the lines. With the Dutch, you get told it as it is. But anyway, I'm just frustrated by some people in the protest movement. Like, it's a good movement, spoiled by some people who think I've been in the movement longer than you, therefore I outrank you, therefore I pull rank, which means you ain't losing a supporter. But notwithstanding the fact that some enemies I find from within the movement, some enemies are not within the movement. You mean, correction, the Dutch are not friendly, independent puppy. Because let's face it, by our standards anyway, the Dutch are not friendly. I've spent 10 days on holiday, that's how I know. But yeah, hello independent puppy, I'm well, are you okay too? Hope you are. But anyway, get to the chase. I want to shut Elbit down. Like, screw all our differences. Like, people have our differences. As I remember overhearing someone in school say to some people who were sharing a room with me on a school trip ages ago, like, that was back in 2008, back in the Headset High, no, 2009, Headset High school trip to France, so about 14 years ago. Remember school trip teach saying to some fellow schoolboys, was a boy back then, you don't have to get married, you just have to share a room. And a bit like at the camp, me and the other guys don't have to cohabit permanently or get married or make any vows or equivalent, just have to get on and share the camp. And I'm going to try and share a camp, and I'll make a vlog on how methods go. If it flops and end up getting to an argument and be like, right, fuck it, I'm gone, I'll tell that in the vlog. If we get on, I'll say anyway. 1st of May, UAV Tactical Systems Leicester, shut Elbit down, is what we will aim to collectively do. Regardless of our independent and personal differences, hopefully we will all, that John Lennon lookalike included, set aside our differences and work together to shut Elbit down. I know some people in Palestine Action will have a problem issue with this video I'm uploaded. But at the end of the day, screw videos I upload. Like, I'm not talking seriously hand on heart about anything. I'm just saying what I really think, like the Dutch. All I'm gonna say is that regardless of everything, we at the movement will shut Elbit down. Does anyone have any questions about that? Does anyone have any suggestions? No, not shut it down. Shut Elbit down. Elbit's an Israeli arms company. They make all sorts of weapons for women and children in the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and Kashmir and numerous other places. And now we'll be using migrants in the English Channel if they are not shut down. Hey, thanks, independent puppy. I'm trans. I'm not happy. I'm attracted to. I'm a trans woman. I'm attracted to other women. So I'm a lesbian trans woman. Does that make transbian? Does that make? Does your definition of gay include lesbian? I must ask. Thanks for not minding. I know some people in the movement will probably mind me being who I am, but that's not my problem. It's theirs. If they don't like it, they should be the ones who need to either learn to live with it and be more understanding, or just quit. Anyway, I've just been having a lot on my mind, like events. Sorry about that. What I've got a lot on my mind talking at. I've got to go to custody. Not custody. Got to go to Great Yarmouth Magistrates Court. I think the 22nd of June. Like, would anyone like me to double check if they want to be at Yarmouth Magistrates Court? Yes, if Colin Johnson can be there, I will invite him. But yeah, I hope to be in Great Yarmouth Magistrates Court with Colin, ideally, on the 22nd of June, while I'll be fighting a charge of obstructing police in Section 4A public order. But I want a suggestion. My lawyer Calvin, solicitor, said plead guilty in the Magistrates Court. They're going to convict you if you don't. I'm tempted, given my lawyer can't really be that sincere about representing me, to do that myself. But not before at least I manage to get Calvin to negotiate a 4A down to a 5, which is hard for an unwashed LIP, as it's called, litigant in person to do, easy for a solicitor. But I'm not sure, should I rely on my solicitor to argue out the case of, oh come on, it wasn't an obstructing an officer, they weren't acting the executioner due to, in my strong opinion, they weren't. Or do you reckon I should represent myself, like, or present my own case, rather? Anyone in here wants to give me some advice? That be it. Also, if I do end up representing myself, I'm talking to Eddie Williams first. Sorry. Though me and Eddie didn't get on in the past, everyone was Mackenzie friend, but we mean him. He's really good at answering questions regards to law. Like, if I have a question about law, he's happy to answer it. And a few times in the past, even wrote in allowing to represent myself, which is a silly move. Try not to represent yourself if you humanely possibly can. And then I wrote an essay on how to represent myself, including pretty much an outline defence case. Like, he's good. Like, it's because of him inspiring me, I've even had a look at the law myself, even considered studying it, but annoying thing is I don't even be able to practice it because of my criminal record. But yeah, you're right, never goes down court. What I'll do is I'll get Eddie to write a defence, I'll then pass it to my solicitor email and in person in writing and everything, and get Calvin to argue Eddie's points, and the words of Colin Johnson. If he refuses, I'll say, listen mate, either you fucking do it, or you're bloody useless, you're fired. In the words of Colin, and guess who I'm referencing from The Apprentice? Clue, he's known for being the guy on The Apprentice who's the guy you have to impress to get hired as his apprentice. And he's mentioned the intro. And he's the guy who says, you're fired, you're fired, you're fired. Like, I'm giving this away. Like, no one gonna guess who the guy is. I'll give you a clue. Despite his sour personality, he has a somewhat sweet surname. Come on, I've given the game away. Come on, someone guess. Clue, he has a knighthood and he's a lord, so he can be referred to with the title lord or the title sir. Or, if that matters, he's also a baron. He can also be referred to as the Baron, and then his rather sweet surname. Not Duncan Ballantyne, that's on another show. I mean, The Apprentice, not the one with Duncan Ballantyne. I don't know what the hell you're on about. I haven't watched TV in years, so I don't remember. Do you remember The Apprentice? Like, Cassette Boy made a remix called The Bloody Apprentice. Like, come on, you can imagine the wealthy guy who once, I think, owned computer company Amstrad, who has a history of being an entrepreneur, and no, not Peter Jones, and is the boss on The Apprentice, who has the authority to fire anyone at any time for any or no reason. And you know, the big boss on The Apprentice on BBC One, like, he's a lord, he's a knight, and he's a baron. Well, Independent Puppy, I would love you to buy me a drink, but I'm not interested because, frankly, I think I'd rather just go at one, or whenever I've had enough. I've already bought myself a drink, which costs £2, so I'm just gonna finish this video when people stop watching it, or when the pub closes, whichever comes first. Then I'll just go to another bar, because in the end of the day, I don't want to hang around here for too long, and it closes at 1 anyway, so I'd rather not have little as 30 minutes for a drink, so no thank you, Independent Puppy. I don't know who Debo is. You mean Deborah Mead? No, I don't know. Who is that? I think that name sounds familiar. Deborah Meaden. No. Not whoever you're referring to as Debo. Clue, his surname is rather sweet, and in the intro he's referred to as Sir, then his full name. But he has a sour personality. Like, I'm giving the game away. But when you get fired as a candidate on The Apprentice, you have to say, thank you, Lord, and then his rather sweet surname. Guess who I'm referring to? Let me do an impression of him. You're bloody useless. You're fired. The situation in this boardroom is untenable. I don't want to see either of you in my boardroom. Clue, who am I referring to? I'm giving the game away. Who am I referring to? I'll give it away. No, it's not Theo Prophetus. It's Sir Alan Sugar, aka Lord Sugar, aka the Baron Sugar. The boss on The Apprentice. That's who. Alan Sugar. Like, it's amazing that no one guessed it. I guess no one on the stream knew. What can I say, people? Anyway, Independent Puppy, how about save battery and also to enable me to concentrate? How about I go to another pub and, like Brewdog, and do you have the ability to buy me a drink at Brewdog by any chance? I'll start streaming when I'm round the corner from Brewdog, and you can buy me a drink at Brewdog. How about that? Thanks and goodbye. Thank you.